Let's look at how to build charts using Excel. Charts allow us to display our data in ways that aren't just numbers. And for people that are visual, sometimes a chart is a lot more impactful in showing what's going on as opposed to handing somebody a column of numbers. Here's a sample workbook, and just go ahead and build this so that you can create the charts with me. This shouldn't take you very long at all, but feel free to pause the video and build this section, and then we can build the chart together. Welcome back. Let's start by talking about how to build a chart, and this is pretty much true of all the different kinds of charts that you're going to build. If you want to create a chart, what you're going to do is select your data, including the headers. So in this case, I would choose all of my category names, all of my numbers, and also include the category header and the month header here. And then you go to the Insert tab on your ribbon, and under Charts, you have a bunch of different chart types that are here. You can either go straight to a chart type. So for example, if we wanted a pie chart, I can click there and then click on the kind of chart that I want. And notice that as I roll over these different charts, that it just shows me like, hey, this is what it's going to look like if you choose this one. Let me switch from the pie chart to a column chart. And again, as I roll over the different kinds of column charts, I can see what they would look like. I could also click on recommended charts, and it will pop up a couple of charts based on your data. It'll look at your data, and it'll say, oh, I think that these kinds of charts would fit best with the data that you've given me. And then it will present, as you click on the different kinds of charts, it will show you over here on the side what that particular chart would look like if you chose it. And then if you want to, from the insert chart here, or you can choose all charts, and then it would show you all of the possible different charts. And again, I can click on these and it's going to show me what those would look like if I chose them. Some of them make more sense at different times than others, but there are lots of interesting chart types here for you to work with. And we will, over the next few videos, create a pie chart, a column chart, a combo chart, and also talk about how do I edit these charts as we go along. Understanding that every chart type, I'm going to take the same approach. I'm going to select my data, I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and then I'm going to choose the kind of chart that I want. Let's go ahead and build a pie chart, and then we can spend some time editing it. So just to reiterate, I'm going to select all of my data, including my headings. Now, if I had a total here, let me just real quick add a total, AutoSum, enter, and let's say total. If I build a pie chart and I include my totals, what will happen is, because my total is the sum of all these numbers, the total will always be half the pie. Insert, here's a pie chart, and you can see that let's go ahead and do it. You can see that this green area is the total, and it's half the pie. That's not what I want. I'm going to undo that, so Control Z is undo. If you have totals, make sure that you do not select them, because it'll make your chart look goofy. Now, I've got my totals selected. Go to the Insert tab. I'm going to choose Pie Chart, and then I can choose the kind of pie. And in this case, I'm going to go with this first one. So I'll click on it, and here is my pie chart, and I'm ready to use it. Now, I may want to make changes. For example, I might want to change the heading of my pie chart. I might want my legend to be on the side instead of the bottom. I might want to have data labels. We can do all of that, and it's really actually pretty simple to do. But before we do that, let's talk about where my chart is and how to move it. So if I want to grab my chart and move it, I can just click on it and drag it, and it will go wherever I drag it. If you press your Alt key while you're dragging it, it will snap to corners of cells based on the top left corner. So here I'm holding Alt key, and you can see that it's kind of moving in jumps so that it'll snap to a corner. And I can also resize my chart. So when I select it, I get all these little round circles. These are called handles. And then I can grab one of those circles and start sizing the chart. And as with the top left corner, if I hold down my Alt key, it'll kind of snap to cells as I'm dragging. When I'm done dragging, it will resize everything based on the amount of size that you've given it. So if your pie is too small, you can always make it a little taller, and that'll take care of that. I can also move my chart to another sheet. So here I right-clicked on the chart, and then I have this Move Chart section, and that will allow me to put it in a new sheet, or I can move it to a different sheet